base of your spine and lay down like so. If you do not have a blanket, no worries. Alternatively, if you have a blanket and a block, you can use the blanket as a pillow and use the block underneath the shoulder blades, just another option. And if you're going with the block option, you'll want the block to be just at the bottom of the scapula, so that then you can rest, opening the upper back and allowing this blanket to pillow the head. So you have a couple options. If you're like, I started this video and I don't have any of that stuff, you don't need it. This is just extra. You can come to lie flat on your back and use the support of the earth and the yoga mat to start to bring awareness to the part of the body that we're focusing on today. Legs can be extended out long, or you can bring the feet to the outer edges of the mat, bend your knees, and allow the knees to fall in towards center. Whatever shape you have chosen to begin in here, let's all bring our hands to our sides, palms face up, really creating this external rotation in the upper arm bone, in the shoulder. And then I'll invite you to close down your eyes or soften your gaze. And take a big inhale in. And use this nice long exhale here to land in this moment, in this practice, in this therapeutic session. Working with the spine, we work with the whole body in yoga. And it's in my personal experience that we get a lot from this practice when we slow down. Begin to gently deepen your breath, whatever feels right and good for you today as you deepen your inhale and deepen your exhale. And then slowly we'll bend the elbows, bring the fingertips up towards the back edge of the mat, so you're in cactus arms here. And your hands may not come to the ground here at all. And if so, I want you to use the breath to anchor in towards your center, creating a slight contraction in your abs to just help hold you here. We're not going to be here long. Wiggle the fingertips, keep them soft. If it feels right in your body, and only if it feels right in your body, we'll continue to reach the fingertips up and overhead. So now you're in a nice full body stretch. Reach, 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 thumbs facing down towards the earth. And then we'll reverse it, kind of like a snow angel. Bend the elbows, move through the cactus arms, and then slide the hands back down to where we started, palms face up. Let's do that again. Inhale, first moving through the cactus arms, then continuing to reach all the way up and behind you, nice and slow, remember? And then exhale, reverse it, bend the elbows, go through cactus arms, and come back. Take a breath here. And we'll do this one more time. On your next inhale, slow and steady, sliding the fingertips through cactus. Your arms may touch the ground, they may not. And then all the way up overhead. Reach, reach, reach. That was the remix. And then exhale, bend the elbows. Come all the way back down. And rest. Let gravity do the work here. Soften your gaze, close your eyes, feel the muscles of the chest open, legs are extended, go ahead and bend your knees. Everyone walk your feet hip width apart. And slow and steady, we'll shift the hips to the right. Use the left elbow on the earth as you use your right hand then to press up so you have support the whole time. Pressing up all the way. If you have this blanket here, we're going to bring it to the mat to pad the knees. And we'll come into a tabletop position. If you don't have a blanket and you want to pad the knees, because we will be doing some work on the knees today, of course you can always change that, but you can also double up on your mat leg, so this is a great place to work for kneeling. So it's really nice to get that extra cushion, that extra support sometimes, even when you think you don't need it, so just so that you can kind of remove the obstacles, remove the distractions, so we can really focus on the upper spine. We'll meet in tabletop position. We'll draw the navel up to support the low back. Let's take some cat-cows here with the fingertips spread nice and wide. Upper arm bones rotate in, elbow creases reaching towards the front edge of the mat. Inhale to drop the belly, open the chest, look forward. Exhale, round through the spine, and I'd love for us today to really bring the chin up and in, retracting through the chin and neck. And inhale to drop the belly, open, exhale to round through the spine. If this is tough on the wrists, you can try this on the knuckles, hands and fists. See if you can marry the breath to the movement and the movement to the breath. So you're synchronizing the gesture that your body's making with your breath. Very nice. Do one more. And then let's meet in tabletop position, a nice neutral spine. Draw your navel up and in just a bit. Hug your low ribs up and in just a bit, just to support the spine. And then on the hands or on the fists, we're going to just do a couple scapular push-ups here. So neck is nice and long. We inhale in. As you exhale, slow and steady. Hold on to that core connection as you sink your chest down towards the earth. It will be a subtle, small move, most likely. And then pressing back up, feeling the shoulder blades spread left to right. Continue slowly dropping with control and pressing up. Keep going. See if you can keep that connection to the abs, to the lower rib cage, really isolating movement. And then, as I said, slowing it down, finding that control. Elbow creases are pointing forward for this one. Let's do one more round. Nice. Then release by bringing the elbows to where the hands or the knuckles just were, and walking the knees back in space. So you walk off your blanket here, coming into a heart to earth posture. Now this may be tight, so be kind, move slow, stay connected to your breath. With the breath, with slow inhalations, slow exhalations, we'll work to get the heart closer to the earth, but your shape may not look like mine. Forehead may or may not come to the earth. It can also come to a block. Breathe. And you can play a little bit here with the placement of your knees. You can imagine your tailbone reaching high up towards the sky. You may notice with the tight upper back that your arms have wanted to compensate by coming in or out. See if you can redirect your attention to your forearms and allow them to be parallel here. Inhale in deeply. Exhale completely. Press into the tops of the feet, press into your fingertips. Carve a line with your nose forward. Move slow as you come, slide onto your belly. Come into home base here. Press into the elbows and we'll come up into Sphinx pose. So in this Sphinx pose, tuck the chin into the chest and think of the neck here. See if you can create the length in the back of the neck as you press down through the elbows. And we're here, we're breathing. Maybe gaze is down gently past your nose. Think of drawing the shoulder blades, squeezing them together and down the back body just a bit. Just waking up those muscles around there, bringing attention to our bones. And energetically, think of using your inhale to send awareness and breath expansion to the mid-back, the upper back. And let's take a break. Release. Stack the palms, bring the forehead to the tops of the hands, and now bring your awareness, your breath to your belly. Feel your breath on the earth. It's called this alligator breath. When you feel your inhale, the belly pressing into the earth, and then the softening of the exhale. Okie doke. Bring the palms underneath the shoulders. Let's press back up to all fours. We'll walk the knees onto our blanket and come up to kneeling. So again, you can double up on the mat if you like. Press into the tops of the feet for stability. Draw energy up from the pelvic floor. Connect to your core just for stability. Knees are wide enough that you feel like you have a good base here. All right, let's inhale and reach the arms up and overhead. Pause here. Imagine you're holding a big beach ball, so bring your palms out wide, thumbs back, pinkies forward. And then, as if you were maybe ringing a light bulb here, take a second to externally rotate through the shoulder spine space. It may mean that you're not reaching up as high. It's just about getting a little more space. And then eventually we come into this position where it might look like my shape, but I really want you to tap into this felt sense of what's happening with the scapula, what's happening in the neck, in the low ribs, how is it all connected? And then if you can, tuck your chin slightly to lengthen the back of your neck and soften your gaze and close your eyes as you hold this big beach ball up and overhead. Inhale in. Exhale. Press the palms down and slowly float the fingertips to your sides. Nice. Whew. So for me, this is a lot of work. Let's try it again. Inhale, reach up and overhead. Find that big beach ball. Think of your shoulder blades coming in and then down towards the waist. Gentle lift up through the sternum. Maybe you close your eyes just to get more into that sensation of the upper back body. Notice what's turning on, what do you feel? Then tuck the chin slightly, lengthen through the back of the neck. Inhale in and exhale, palms press all the way down to your sides. Beautiful. This time we'll bring the palms together at the heart, Anjali Mudra. Lift the sternum up to the thumbs. Instead of bringing your thumbs down to your sternum, think of lifting your sternum up to your thumbs. And then we're not going into Ustrasana camel pose here, but press into the tops of the feet. Think of your hip points shining up towards the sky versus just forward. And we'll lift into just a little tiny, tiny lift of the nose and the gaze up towards the sky. Just a little lift in the thoracic spine, a gentle baby back bend, very baby. And then release. Awesome. Hands come to the ground, knees go as wide as the mat, big toes to touch. fingertips are going to come behind the head, or you can bring your right fingertips to your temple if that feels more comfortable in your body. Nice and slow. Inhale, open the right elbow, right chest, up towards the sky. Think towards the sky. And then exhale, come back to center, gaze straight down, just where you were. Inhale, open, find that expansive breath. And exhale, back to center. Inhale, open, open, open. Good, exhale, back to center. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Stick with it, inhale. Exhale, and release. We'll go right into the other side. So left fingertips behind or on the temple. Make sure you're not collapsing into that right shoulder, so press away from your yoga mat. Inhale, open and expand. Exhale, back to center with control. Do 1 more. Ooh, and then release. Walk the knees back underneath the hips. Drop the elbows. We've been here before, where the hands were. Walk the knees back. Anahata Asana, round 2. Heart to earth. Breathe. Good, then draw your navel in and up to support your low back as you slide into home. We've been here before, Sphinx pose, come through Sphinx. Benji's giving a nice stretch, good job. Inhale in, and then exhale, release the forehead to the mat. Drag your hands back underneath your shoulders, and see if you can squeeze your elbows in like little grasshopper legs here. Get active in the legs, active in the feet. And when you're ready, inhale in, exhale, press the pubic bone down, draw your navel in just a bit, and then slowly rise to a baby cobra. Now, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then imagine them drawing down towards your waistline. Tuck the chin slightly, lengthen through the back of the neck. Claw through the fingertips to support you here. Breathe. On an exhale, gently release. Curl the toes under, press into the palms, and bring it back to all fours. Super nice. We're going to come up to kneeling again, nice and slow. Get a nice strong base. Beautiful. And inhale, reach the arms all the way up towards the sky. Find that big beach ball. Inhale in, ground through the feet. Hold on to your core as you send that big beach ball over to the right. Leaning as if you were in 2 window panes somehow with your big beach ball. And then come back to center and think up and over as you take it to the left. And back to center, up and over to the right. Back to center, up and over to the left. Back to center. Now, hang with me. Inhale in, exhale, bend the elbows, pull them back, cactus arms, look up. Inhale, reach, look back to center. Exhale, bend the elbows, cactus arms, look up. Inhale, reach, back to center. Exhale, bend the elbows, look up. Inhale, reach, back to center. This time we'll press the palms all the way down in space. Interlace the fingertips behind the back. Draw the knuckles down if you can. And if your hands don't touch here, that's okay. You can use a strap here, or you can just reach the palms together like so, pressing the palms together like you're holding a block. Inhale, carve a line with the nose, forward, up and back. Open up through your chest. Exhale, slow and steady, very slow. Bend at the knee. Send your hips back, coming into a little bunny posture variation. Crown of the head comes forward. Inhale, reach up. exhale, knuckles go down, we release. We inhale all the way up, fingertips reaching towards the sky while you're in kneeling position. Inhale in, exhale, bend the elbows, cactus arms, look up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend the elbows, cactus arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend the elbows, cactus arms. Inhale, reach, and exhale, rain it down back to all fours. Nice. Okay, from here we're gonna come to lying down. So shift your weight to your booty, taking the legs to one side, any side. And once again, you can bring your prop with you or not. You'll come to lie flat on the back, lying on the blanket, on the block, or nothing. I'll do nothing just in case you don't have props. Then just see I'm right here with you. Breathing deep. Inhale in, fill the lower belly with air. Good, exhale, let everything go. Inhale in, fill the rib cage with air. And exhale, let everything go. Inhale in, bring the fingertips to your collarbones, your chest. Let's take a couple cycles of breath here. Really focusing on sending that breath, that awareness to the collarbones. And if you're on the blanket or the block, you can stay there. If you're not working with a prop and you want to play with a fish pose variation, you can walk the hands gently underneath the buttocks, snuggle the shoulder blades into your heart space. And inhale and exhale, press into the elbows, lift the chest up. Maybe you bring the crown of the head here. Maybe not. If you want to play with asana here, but don't feel comfortable in the fish pose, you can work in a gentle bridge. Or stay resting on the blanket or the block. So you have a couple options here. Whatever you choose, make sure you're moving slow and you're listening to your body, continuing with that slow, expansive inhale and that soft, long exhale. Take a couple moments here to keep playing wherever you are, or resting, exploring the breath. Then we'll meet in a resting posture. So you can remove the props. If you want to keep them, of course, you're welcome to. It's your body, your practice. But we'll remove the props if you like. And we'll all come to lie flat on the back. We'll bring the feet together for a reclined cobbler's pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. Knees are wide. Interlace the fingertips behind the head. Bring the elbows wide to mirror the legs. And extend the thumbs to create a neck here. You can even give yourself a little bonus neck massage. All right. Wow, well done. Way to show up and commit the time and energy and the attention for loving awareness to your body. This is all, for me, yoga and yoga therapy is all about bringing balance back in. Balancing what has become stay here as long as time will allow. I'll sign off by bringing my palms together, thumbs to third eye.